The horns bellowed out, the battle was joined, initiative was rolled, enemies closed in from every side, and you knew the risk, but you had to hold them off just one more round so your friends could escape. That's when it happened. Hit. Critical. The dice spoke and you drop like a rock. Your party escapes and monsters swarm over your body. So, you died. Now what? Welcome in. I'm Lord Generic, and I'm guessing you may have lost a player character in your tabletop game before. What do we do about that? And frankly, how do we handle that as a group? Introducing a new character in an ongoing story? Always a tough one. And what if you didn't want that story cut short? What if there was something really good cooking up and both the party and the player and the game master are all like, let's do something more. So let's have a quick talk and figure that out. For everything we're going to discuss, talk to your game master and talk to your players openly so you can decide on the best path forward. Remember, Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Call of Cthulhu, whatever you're playing, these are cooperative storytelling games. And the best stories, well, the actors need to know what's going on in the script. They don't need to know all the details, but just to have a general sense of the idea can really help everyone out. And above all, you're playing with friends. What matters is that you all get to play and you all get to have fun. With that said, why don't we get into it? So, you died. You need a new character. Maybe your fighter went down. Maybe your wizard got eaten. It doesn't really matter how you died. What matters is that we need a new hero. Hey, quick shout out to doing a perfect take off the rip and then seeing you didn't hit the record button. Oops, take two. So, you make a new character. Let's ask a few basic questions to help you on your way. 1. Is there a story-relevant reason for your new hero to join the party? Can it happen right away, or as soon as reasonably possible? This is really important because, narratively, a character's death is a very big source of narrative friction. This is a good thing. Your players have something to mourn. A great and deep loss has occurred, and the new player can bring in a hero filled with vengeance for their comrade, or maybe sent by some faction with vital information to turn the tides. This is a great way to realign the heroes, point them in the right direction for the story, while also adding in a new way to mix up everyone's opinions and have some more development and chances to talk and have fun. But if you don't want that, if a player just says, geez, man, it's been rough, okay? I don't want to think about this. I just want my guy to hit people. Hey, bring in Jimmy the Fighter. Jimmy the Fighter is totally fine. If he just wants to bring in some mercenary that the heroes hire because they need some more muscle, that's okay. If later on our player has some more time or decides, I kind of want my character to have a little more opinion, have a little more going on story-wise, we can work together, figure that out, and make it happen in the role play. Make it happen on the table where it has the impact. Second question. Did my old character fill a vital mechanical role? This is really important because will my new character leave a hole where the team needs something? Your team is often built relying on each other. Fighters protect wizards. Wizards provide buffs and control and help the fighters. Clerics, they do a little bit of everything, that kind of stuff. If you lose one side of the equation, how does the other side handle it? Talk with the group. This is a great chance for a little mini session 0, a little party composition chat amongst the team and say, hey, maybe I was a frontline shield user, but maybe this time I want to play a gun witch. That sounds cool. I got a great idea for a fun character. What can the team do to compensate for that? Let the other players know, hey, you might get hit more. You might need to realize certain characters will have a little more pressure in one way, but my new character can help you in a different way so the team can reorient their strengths. Work together to have fun together. Third point is, hey, losing a character is part of the game. Let's not punish a player for playing the game with everyone. Sometimes your characters die. What matters, though, is that you don't want to punish a player for having bad luck. That just sucks. If someone has bad luck, if someone's character gets killed and you bring in a new character at a lower level, or they're missing magic items, or in some way noticeably weaker than the rest of the team, they're just going to get killed again. You're just going to end up in a death spiral and future frustrations because their new character can't compete. If the old character got iced in a fight, why do you think the new character is going to survive future battles, which are, let's be honest, probably harder than the old ones? But generic, you say, liking and subscribing the video like the hero you are. What if I don't want to lose my character? What if I have a story that I love that we're working on, and cutting that short just because of some bad dice rolls feels awful? That's okay. Death is the default for many role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons, Call of Cthulhu, Pathfinder, but it doesn't have to be what happens. Talk with your team, talk with your game master, and say, hey man, I love this character. I would like to keep playing them. I know they were dragged away by wolves and fell off a cliff, but maybe they can come back. Now, note, a reasonable return of a character probably going to take a few sessions, probably going to take a little while, so you'll want to let your players make another character in the meantime. Make sure they can get back into the game and still play with everyone else and have fun, but with the knowledge that them and you have planned out some fun story twists for when they reappear. Maybe they were badly injured in the battle. Maybe instead of dying, they lost a limb or were crippled or knocked unconscious and won't wake up. Your heroes have to travel out and find a mystical healing herb to save their friend. Maybe they were dragged away by enemies and captured, and we have to stage a prison break. These are great opportunities for side quests, little breaks from the main story, and we can develop out a few more things. Or, if we want to get spicy, perhaps our hero didn't die. Perhaps they were disappeared by the enemy and their corpse never found, and they can come back as a brainwashed warrior to kill our players. Or maybe, even if they were dead, even if they were confirmed dead, who's to say an evil necromancer doesn't turn them into a cyborg assassin from beyond the grave? We can get a little wacky with it, right? So all of these can be opportunities to bring back that character, let our players have a come back to us moment. In the end, they can rescue them, they can rejoin the party, everyone gets to have more fun, everyone gets to feel a little more dynamic. We don't have to defang the threat of death, we don't have to get rid of the stakes that come from dangerous combat, but part of the fun of characters dying, NPCs dying in a story, is knowing when we can bring one back every once in a while. Don't do it every time is what I recommend. But I mean, a few times when it's emotionally satisfying, that's gonna hit like crazy. What matters most and what I really stress though is no matter what, make sure your player knows their character will come back and can expect it in a reasonable amount of time. No more than 4 sessions if possible. Any more than that is gonna feel kind of rough. Though talk to them with what seems more reasonable based on how y'all's story is going. And second, make sure you get the player with a dead character into the game again. Make sure their new character gets introduced no matter what within a session, preferably at the start of next session, or maybe even at the end of the session if they go fast enough. I don't know how long your games are. But get them playing again. We're all here to play a game. We're all here to have fun. And the worst thing is when the dice just tell someone, hey, you don't get to play anymore. Enjoy the next 3 hours. But tell me your thoughts. What are your experiences with dramatic deaths in games like D&D? Have you had any major moments where a character dying has changed everything in the story? Boromir being struck down, saving the hobbits in Lord of the Rings, for example. That's a huge turn, a narrative friction, a moment that breaks up the party and really sets the stage for the story. If Boromir had survived, would that have made for a better story? Not necessarily. But if he died, does it make for a better story? Again, That's up for you to figure out. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time, okay? I'm really curious to hear what kind of experiences y'all have had with tensions and deaths in narrative games, and let me know in the comments, okay? We can all learn together and make for the best games possible. As always, I'm Lord Generic, and I'll see you next time.